Will we have a global recession, do you think, because of what's happening in Europe, because of what's happening in the U.S.?
Rhonda, we're going to have a global recession because. I mean, every 4 to 6 years in America, we've had economic slowdowns and recessions. We're overdue late in 2011, 2012, 2013. It's coming for whatever reason. We always have had them every 4 to 6 years. So we're going to have one again. Part of the main problem is, in America, we spend a lot of money. The people who got that money, Rhonda, are better off, but the rest of us are worse off. The debt has gone up by staggering amounts, maybe 400% when you take in the off-balance sheet guarantees. The Fed has printed huge amounts of money. No, there are many things wrong that are just getting worse, not better. It's like in Japan. They kept propping people up, and they had a lost decade, then they had 2 lost decades. We're going to have at least one. We've had 1 lost decade. We're going to have another one, too.
And
we're making a horrible...
Go ahead.
We're making horrible mistakes in running the U.S. economy.
Would you say the same for Europe, that there's a potential for a lost decade there if some of these issues don't get resolved the way you'd like to see it?
Oh, yeah, of course. It'd be worse than a lost decade. You'll have lost 1 or 2 decades. You could have the disintegration of the euro. You could have the disintegration of the EU even. I hope not. That would be a disaster for everybody. But if they keep doing the wrong things, if they keep... Rhonda, you know, you look at all the austerity plans in Europe, every one of them show that the countries in 5 years will have higher debt than they have now. What kind of austerity is that? That's not austerity. It's inconceivable to me that the solution to too much debt and too much spending is more debt and more spending, but that's what they're doing. No, this is going to get worse and worse and worse until somebody accepts reality and bites the bullet.
How is that going to happen, though? It just seems that we keep talking about it. The market's been preparing for default of Greece for so long. We've been talking about problems with the pigs. It just seems that there's a lack of political will.
Well, it's not just a lack of political will. The market lets them get away with it. The market puts pressure on them, then they step back. Eventually, Rhonda, the market's not going to put up with it anymore. And then, unfortunately, unless we have a controlled disaster soon, when we still can contain it, we're going to have, the market's going to say no more, and then we're going to have an uncontrolled disaster. The banks, the governments will not be able to control the chaos in the market, and then we're going to have something much worse in 2008 and 2009. The market's not going to put up with this forever.
Why will it be much worse? Because the potential catastrophe will be much worse, or is it the market reaction to what happens?
Rhonda, the debts are going to be much, much higher. The Federal Reserve, America shot all its bullets. What are we going to do? Quadruple our debt again? Are we going to print that much more money again? No, we can't do that. It's going to be much worse, because then what do we do? At least the last time around, wrongly, they printed money, they put up debt, they spent a lot of money, at least delayed the problem. Europe the same way. What are they going to do? Europe hasn't shot all its bullets yet, but they've shot a lot of bullets. So the next time around, things are going to be worse because we don't have many bullets left.